Let's take a look at the chart action for XRP. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. I got a request on Discord for this, so let's check it out. Basically looking at it from scratch. And I'm going to head over to the weekly time frame. I was looking at the daily time frame. But let's check out the weekly time frame. We have resistance, 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 and then we have support. And then there was support right there, some green candles right here, and then we had support right here. So let's draw some trend lines. We have the top something like this, and then we have a bottom, maybe something like this possibly. I guess we could even use this one down here, this support over here. Let's see, and I'm kind of looking at this triangle pattern right now, and in my opinion it looks like it's breaking to the downside, except the only thing that it doesn't really look too bad on is the volume. There's not like a lot of big red volume going on right now, or that's like one thing that I'm kind of seeing, that it's not that bad. But in general, on the weekly time frame, we're sitting below this 9 moving average right here. So until we break above this 9 moving average, something like that, then I'm going to assume that it might give us some trouble, or it might push us down. I think since we broke this big trend line right here going to the downside, I'd be looking at previous support. First one right there, second one over here. I mean, second one at the bottom right here. So let's see, if we zoom in, the bottom of the candle is sitting at around 58 cents. The bottom of the wick is sitting around 51 cents. There's also a wick right here that wicked down to around 60 cents. So maybe something like that. In general though, I think we're trending down on XRP. And let's go ahead and delete this trend line right here because we're kind of breaking it. The other thing I was thinking is we possibly have support right here and support right here, giving us a trend something like this. And I'm going to switch over to the daily time frame here in a second. We can kind of see how these trend lines match up with the daily time frame and readjust. But for right now, looks like we're getting a little bit of support right there. And then the other thing I'm thinking is we have resistance going down like this. In general, until we break this downtrend going to the upside and this little downtrend going to the upside, I'm assuming that it's kind of pushing us down, and the 180 moving, the 9 moving average too. If we could break above, maybe even just start with this first trend line, something like that, break this moving average like that, boom, on the weekly time frame, I think the weekly time frame is going to be a very good signal if we could do it. Let's switch over to the daily time frame though. So alright, so it looks a little bit different, not too much different, just a little bit. We could readjust something like this. And see, this is another thing I was looking at before I started the video, is it looks like we're kind of testing this support right now. I mean, if we drag the trend line to the bodies, right now it does look like we're breaking to the downside of this trend, but we haven't really closed below it and we're not like pushing down. I'm still kind of curious if it can kind of come back up and kind of get a bounce like this. But for right now, we are trending down, like I was saying. This is on the daily time frame too, so it's pretty significant, and we can readjust this trend line, something like this. So like I was saying, in general, we really want to break above this bigger uptrend in general to get really bullish. But I think in the smaller time frame, we can kind of delete that for now and look at the daily time frame. And we have this resistance right here and this resistance right here. I'll probably be watching this trend line going down like that, and until we break going to the upside. Then I would assume until we break going to the upside, I would look for previous support levels. The first one is sitting right here at around 0.52, something like that. The other thing we could look at, like I said, there was a wick down to right here, and this one was sitting at around 0.60. So this would probably be, I guess, the first target is around 0.60, and then this one around 0.52, as long as we're trending down. And if we go into even a smaller time frame, let's go to like the 4-hour time frame, you could see I think we have one more trend line going to the downside, something right here. We have those resistance levels, something like that. Let's draw a trend line going to the downside, something like this. It looks like we're kind of testing, it looks like we're right in between this bigger support and this uptrend, this downtrend. So I'm kind of curious if if we could break out right here, that'd be a good sign. If we can break up, I'll be kind of looking somewhere up here. Maybe if we start trending up, I'd maybe target the previous resistance somewhere over here, like around 0.86, which kind of lines up with this 180 moving average right here. It kind of looks confusing right now. I think in general, we're at a spot where it's gonna have to break up, or if it's gonna break down, we're having to like kind of wait and see. If it breaks up, I'd probably be looking at this level right here at around 80 something, 84. If we continue to head down, then I would be looking at this level at around .60. But if we zoom in a little bit, we also have a little bit of support right here and right here. So we could also maybe look at something like that. We also have a little top right here. This is a 4-hour time frame. I haven't really looked at this chart too much. I mean, this is the first time I'm pretty much looking at this chart. So it looks like we're kind of like in this little channel pattern on the 4-hour time frame. We could maybe look at that pattern as well. This might give us another idea, but it is trending down. It does look like it's trending down. I don't know. In my opinion, overall, if we delete everything, let's take a look at the moving averages. I think this is a pretty big clue. Right now, we're underneath the 9 moving average right here. Until we break above that 9 moving average, then I'm assuming that it might give us some resistance and push us down. I'm not sure where we're going to hold support or where we're going to get support at. We could either hold support right here, maybe come down to this level right here at around .60, like I was saying. Maybe we get support right here and get a bounce. We were able to break that daily 9 moving average. I think if we do, then we might see a nice little move, maybe up to this level up here. Actually, this is at 98. The other one I was looking at, the first level that I'm looking at, is sitting around here at around 86. If we start trending up, let's say we break this trend line going to the upside, something like this. We get support right now and we start trending up. First level that I'd be looking at is this resistance right here, sitting at around .86, and then the next resistance I'd be looking at is around 1.01, something like that. So maybe on the 4-hour time frame, watch this trend line going to the downside. If we could break above this, then that'll be a good signal. At least that'll be the start. Then maybe .84, then maybe .101. But until then, it might just kind of give us some resistance and push us down, and we might be looking at this level down here at around .60. Let me know what your guys' price targets or analysis is on XRP. If you have any questions, check out the Discord. I'll leave a link in the comments. If you want to support the channel, you can sign up for my Patreon, or if you want to send me Dogecoin directly, I'll leave my wallet address in the description. If you're new to trading and want to learn how to get started, check out this playlist right here. It's an intro to TradingView, and it'll help you follow along with my videos. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.